Hey everyone, and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Godzilla. We're going to be drawing this character facing towards the right. So let's get started in the head area with the eye. So I'm going to start with the upper eyelid. We're going to start on the outside. We're going to curve down, over towards the right, and out. From here I just want to curve this back up, going up towards the right. Now let's tuck the eye in underneath the eyelid. So it's a half circle. Starting from the outside, we're going to step in and draw that half circle, coming all the way around and then back up. On the inside edge of the eye, I just want to add a little eye bag. So we're just going to curve down below the eye, over towards the left. Let's add some detail to the eye. On the left side here on the top, I'm going to add a circle for a highlight. Now in the center of the eye, we're going to draw a smaller circle for the pupil. So we're going to tuck this in behind the highlight. So starting at the bottom of the highlight, we're going to go around and then back in towards the side. We're going to fill the pupil in black. Now from this point in the brow line, we're going to curve up above the eye and out towards the left. So we're going to do a hard turn going out towards the left. Now I just want to hook this back down, aiming towards the eye. Hooking it down. Now I just want to do a little bit of an overlap. So about halfway along this curve, we're going to curve out towards the left and then down. We're going to hook this back in, again aiming towards the eye. We'll do that one more time. So halfway along this curve, go out and then down. We're going to hook that back in, aiming towards the eye. And we're going to draw one little tiny hook, going out and then hooking it back in. Let's move back to the front and draw the profile edge of the head. So about halfway along this curve, we come down and then up. I just want to hook this over, curving up. Now I'm going to draw on the back side, the right brow area. So right here, we're going to curve up and out. Now this is going to go all the way around towards the back. So start here, we're going to curve up towards the left. Now we're going to hook this back down with a short curve. Now we're going to repeat these little points all the way around. We go up and then out and then back in. We're going to continue this over and then back down. Let's add one more on the side here. Go up, then out. We'll hook this back down. Now this is going to go all the way around towards the back. So right here, we're going to curve out towards the left. We're just going to pull this down to right about there. We can finish this off after we've completed the front. Now let's move back underneath the right brow. We're going to curve out towards the right and then just hook it back down. We're going to draw in a curve for the front of the beak, curving back towards the left. Now this is going to make up the upper edge of the mouth. So from here, curving up and then down. Now we're going to curve up towards the eye, just underneath. Curving up to right about there. Now in the front here, we're going to add a curve for the upper edge of the nose. Starting on the left, we're going to curve up and then over towards the right. On the end, I just want to hook it down and in towards the right. Let's add two nostrils on the inside. So right here, it's almost like an upside down raindrop. Curve around and then back down towards the bottom. We're going to fill that in black. Now we're going to do one more on this side. Lining up the bottom, curving up, rounding it out, and then back down. We'll fill that in black. Now up here in this little space, we're just going to add a little curve for a wrinkle, curving across. Let's go back to the edge of the mouth and draw in the lower jaw. So from here, I just want to draw a slight curve coming in towards the right and then down. Coming in. Now we're going to pull that straight down. We're going to curve and round out the bottom of the jaw, going over towards the right, to right about there. Now we're going to go in and add some fangs along the top of the mouth. From this point, I want to curve down and over towards the left. I'm going to hook that back up underneath the mouth. Let's do that same thing on this point here. Starting from this corner, I'm going to curve down and we'll hook that back up. We're going to add a few smaller teeth in between here. Starting on the left, I'm going to hook down and then taper it back up. We're going to work our way towards the right until we run out of space. So we can probably add one more there. Let's add one more on this side here. Curving down and out, and then back up. Now we want to add some teeth along the bottom. So from this corner, we're going to curve up, and then we'll hook that back down. We're going to step over and draw another one. Curving up and over, and then hooking that back down. Now from the inside edge of this tooth, we're going to curve in and then up underneath the top row of teeth, going up. Now on the side of the mouth here, I just want to curve down in between the bottom fangs for the tongue. Let's go in and fill the upper area in black. Now let's go back up towards the eye and draw on the side of the jaw coming down towards the chin. So at the bottom edge of the eye, I want to curve up and then out, and then we're going to hook this back down. Now it's going to round out the jaw coming around and then back in. So it's almost like a half circle going out and then pulling that into right about there. Now here I just want to follow the bottom of the mouth coming in towards the bottom point here. So curving down, we're going to taper the lower jaw coming up towards the front here. Now from the corner of the mouth, I'm going to step out and just draw a little bracket, just for a little wrinkle. Okay, so now that we got the head, let's work our way down towards the front arm here. So we're going to start with the lower part of the arm. So in this area is where the shoulder is. So we start down here, curve down and over towards the right. We're going to do a hard turn towards the wrist, curving over. Now we're going to add some claws. From here we're going to hook it down. Now we're going to taper it back up. And do it again. We're going to curve down. I'm going to add 3 claws, hooking that back up. Now we're going to do one more, hooking this down. Now this is going to go all the way up or along the top of the hand, going over and then down. Now right up here we're going to step in. We're going to curve back. Now I just want to overlap the shoulder on top here. So we're going to step in, curve over that line, and then hook it back over. Now we're just going to separate out the claws. So on this finger here, we're just going to draw a curve from left to right. Do the same thing in the middle finger, and then the top. Now directly below this arm, we're going to draw in the leg. So we're going to start with the thigh first. So just down here, we're going to curve towards the right. Now we're going to pull this back towards the left and over. Now from this point, we're going to step over towards the left and draw a curve, going up and out towards the left. And up in this area, I'm just going to add a little wrinkle, a little curve going across. Now let's go back to the bottom and draw on the foot. From this point, I'm going to curve down and out towards the left. I'm going to round out the bottom of the foot, curving around and back up. We're going to draw on the first claw. So from this point, I'm going to curve up and then pull that back down towards the bottom of the foot. Now from this point, I'm going to curve across again. And then we're going to pull this up and then in behind the front claw. Let's do that one more time. Curving across, and then one more time, going up, and then in behind the second claw. From the top of this claw here, I'm going to curve up and over the second claw, and then about halfway along this curve, I'm going to curve up and then in behind the thigh. Now that we've drawn the front arm and leg, we could draw on the body in behind. So I'm going to start underneath the chin here, curve down and in behind the hand. Now we're going to draw on the lower belly, starting from the side of this claw here, curve out. Now we're just going to pull this in behind the thigh, right about there. In behind the body, we're going to draw in the back arm and leg. So let's start with the back arm first. So right here, we're going to curve forward. I'm going to draw on the thumb, curve across. Now we're going to pull this up, so tapering it up. Now the first finger is going to curve over, so going across and then hooking that down. We're going to taper this back up, going up and then over. Now about halfway along this curve, I'm going to come down again for the second claw. I'm going to curve up and then in behind the front claw. We do that one more time. Curving down and up and then in behind. Now from here, I'm going to step over towards the second claw, curve over the hand and down. And then we're going to step up, curve up underneath the chin. Let's go in and separate out the claws. Starting with the thumb, little curve. The first finger, second finger, and then the last finger. Now let's move down and draw on the back leg. We're going to start with the heel side first. So right in here, underneath the belly, curve down and out. So we're just following this curve. Curve the bottom of the foot, going over towards the first claw. Now from here, we're going to curve up and then down towards the bottom of the foot. From the tip of the claw, we're going to curve over again. Then tuck this in behind the front claw. We'll do this one more time. Curving across, and then back. Now at the top of the last claw, we're going to curve over the first toe. Now from here, I want to leave a little bit of space and draw on the thigh, just like we did here. So from here, I'm going to step up, over towards the left. I'm going to curve around the thigh, and pull this in behind the body. Now in between here, I just want to draw that same curve, just bridging the thigh and the foot. Now let's move to the back and draw on the tail. So from the back here, I'm just going to curve down and out towards the left, and I'm going to pull that up. We're going to pull this in and then back out towards the left. So continuing that curve coming in, then we're going to pull it back out towards the left. From the tip of this tail, we're going to taper out and just widen out as we come in behind the leg. So start at the top, I'm just going to widen this out, going out, and we're going to pull this back in behind the front leg. Let's go back to the top and draw in the large spines. So right after this point here, on the back, we're going to curve up and out towards the left. Now we're going to taper this back down with a short curve. We're going to draw the center point, which is a lot longer. We're going to curve up and out. Now we're going to taper this back down. Now I'm going to draw a smaller one on the side here. Hooking it out, and we'll pull this back in towards the back. We're going to do the same thing down here. So we're going to leave a little bit of space. Start with the short curve first, and then we'll hook that back down. We're going to draw the large center point going up, taper that back down, and then one smaller one going out and then down. Now we have a little bit of space in here, so we're going to draw a smaller one right here. So stepping down, a small curve going up, hook that down. Now we're going to go up close to the tail, taper this back down, and a small point at the end. Now we're going to draw a series of small points along the tail here. So we're going to step down, curving out, and then tapering it back in. We're going to continue this all the way around the tail. We'll go a little bit smaller as we get towards the tip of the tail here. Now with the curve of the tail, we're going to have to point these spines going towards the right. Going up, and then back. We're going to add a few more along here, curving up, and back. I'm just looking for the little empty spaces along here. Maybe add a small one right up here, and then one more at the tip, going up, and then back. Now I'm going to add a ridge around the bottom edge of the tail coming up towards the belly. So from the tip, we're just going to follow this curve, sort of in between. Now we're going to taper this out in behind the leg. Now this is going to continue up the belly. So on the top of the thigh, we're going to curve in behind the arm, and then from the shoulder, we'll curve forward underneath the jaw. Let's add a little scale texture along the side of the body here. So starting up here, we're going to curve down, we're going to hook it up, we'll do one more, curve down, and then back up. Now just below here, I'm going to draw one point, curve down, and then back up. We're going to draw another one of these just below, almost looks like a bent W, and then a bent and curved V. We'll do one more down here, curving down, up, down, and then up. Actually, maybe add one more on the side here. So we're curving this one. Curve towards the left, and then hook that back up. I'm gonna add a few scales on the upper part of the thigh here. So we're gonna take that W shape and just flip it over on this side. So we start by curving down, we'll hook it up, down again, and up. We'll add that V along the bottom. Now add a little bit on this side here. So starting with a little space from the belly, coming down, up. Maybe we'll add the W part down below, just to give us enough space. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Godzilla. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.